Video about how to put the ear shape together for the monkey assignment. The video that we used for the assignment is not really great about explaining the ear, and so that's why we're going to do this portion together. So here's a completed ear that I have over here, but we're going to make something so that you can just kind of understand what we're going for, what it's going to look like. This is sort of what the end result should be. And so you should already have this much of your monkey created, at least the head, the background, then the face shape, and then you can be ready for the ear. I'm going to hit Command 0 so we're full screen. And we need some kind of a different color. It can really be anything that you want based on your color scheme of your monkey. I haven't changed the head shape of this, but I'm thinking a pink type color for this ear. It is good, so I'm going to choose that. Okay, and then that needs to be no stroke. So we've got a color, a fill, and no stroke. That's very important. Then I'm going to go to the ellipse tool, and I'm going to draw an oval. And my oval, I'm just going to position it right about there so that it takes up, it's in this space, in this area, and that it's a similar distance from top to side to bottom on the outside edge here, and that it doesn't touch this shape. So make sure your ear oval does not touch the face shape, okay? And I'm going to click off to the side. Now, I'm actually going to go to the white arrow and select this because I want you to see, and I'm going to zoom in, I want you to see these anchor points. I'm going to refer to this like a clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And so this is very much like a clock. It's in four sections. We're going to add points to this. So to do that, I'm going to go to the pen tool, the very top of the pen tool, so regular pen tool, and I'm going to make a point. You'll notice when I get on that path, on that edge, you see the plus sign. Okay, the asterisk is if I wanted to like start a line, on my own, like fresh somewhere off to the side, whatever. And I'm going to Command Z out of that. But when I'm on regular pen tool and I hover on a line, I get the plus. Okay, so I want a point at the 1 o'clock, and then I want a point at the 2 o'clock. All right, and these, you're seeing handlebars there, which is how you can swing and change the points, but we don't need to do that. So to see the points better, I'm going to click off to the white arrow and then back onto the shape. So these aren't perfectly positioned, but you can see I've got a 12 o'clock, a 1 o'clock, a 2 o'clock, a 3 o'clock. If you're somewhere in that general area, that'll be good. Now I'm going to double click the 2 o'clock, and I'm going to like bring that in and make a little crook in the ear. So we all have those little bumps in our ear at the base of our ear. In this drawing of the monkey, they put it towards the top. I don't, it's just how that they did that. And this is how we can replicate that shape that they reference in the video. Okay, so I'm going to click off to the side. I'm going to get the black arrow, and now I've got this new shape to work with. So with this new shape selected with the black arrow, has to be all selected with the bounding box around it. Command C to copy, Command F to paste to front. So I've just pasted a copy on top of the original, and now with that copy selected, I'm going to drag it up about maybe like a 1/4 inch or so. Maybe a little more than that, 1/3 of an inch, something like that. So now I'm going to go back to the original shape and select it. Then I'm going to again hit Command C to copy, Command F, paste to front. I'm going to hold the Shift key down and get the one that I slid upwards. So now I have 3 copies of this original shape, and they are all 3 selected. And then I'm going to go over here to Pathfinder, and I'm going to choose minus front. So that's going to cut out that excess that went beyond the original shape and leave me with this sliver that I can turn into the shadow. So with the new shape selected, the sliver selected, I'm going to double click the color, and I'm just going to go down here and choose a darker version of the color I was already in. So I was kind of up here. I'm just going straight down and get a darker version of that color. Okay, now I'm going to click off to the side. This looks pretty good. I've got this oval shape with my shadow that is a sliver, but this part is unnecessary. So I'm going to then click the white arrow, and I'm going to click this part, and I'm going to hit delete. Now, if you end up clicking on a point, you may have to hit delete more than a couple times, and then that little shape will be gone. But now I've got this completed ear shape with a shadow. So it's actually two shapes, one stacked on top of the other. It's this shape in the background and the sliver in the foreground. So I'm going to select one, hold shift and select the other so that they're both selected. Then I'm going to hit Command G, and that's important. That will group them together. So now Illustrator is going to acknowledge this like one shape. We can always ungroup them if we need to, Object Ungroup, but we don't need to. Right now I need them to be a group. I'm going to hit Command 0 to full screen. Now I want to make a copy of this so I can make it send it to the right hand side. Command C to copy, Command F paste to front. With the whole group selected, I made a copy of the group. Okay, then I need to actually reflect it for the other side. So I go to Object, with the copy selected, Object, Transform, and Reflect. Now it's already default to vertical, and that is what I need it to be. If yours is not default to vertical, you need to put it on vertical. So you are flipping it from side to side. And notice it already made that change over here. And I'm going to say okay. And now I'm going to click and drag this, hold shift, so I get this nice straight line across and that they're lined up, and there it is. I think I need to come a little bit further out so it's similar to the other side. Okay, and that is how you make the one shape into having the shadow that fits right inside of it with the two colors. Now I've got a grouped shape here that I copied and then repeated on my right hand side. Thank you for listening.